no, no.
So when you're in a relationship or a marriage and there are a series of challenges, how then do we handle them?
Yes, I think one of the things that will help primarily help in handling issues is effective communication. Most relationships or marriages today are struggling as a result of this. In fact, some people even think that their marital issues are spiritually related. But a proper introspection would reveal that it is just poor communication, okay, or poor information, or a dissemination of information through their way of communicating. And this thing about communication is so effective because the best way to understand each other is through communication. So if I'm not communicating right, it's a challenge. If I'm not able to relate to you how I feel, how I think about a thing, how we should do a thing, how we should resolve a conflict, I mean, how we must embark on a project together as a husband, as a wife, as someone I'm dating or in a relationship with. If communication is poor, you are bound to struggle. And I really worry for those even in distant relationships, because if you're in a distant relationship, one of the things that you don't need to joke with is communication. If your communication is going wrong, you are bound to hit the rocks. And when I talk about communication, I'm talking about effective way of keeping touch. Okay, communication has to do with how well we speak, how often we speak. How do we communicate with ourselves? Is it with respect or with disrespect? How do I communicate my head to you? It's all part of communication.
So you are actually alluding to the fact that it's not just about talking.
No, the manner, the approach. You see, if you read the Bible, Proverbs chapter, I think 15, the verse 1, it talks about the fact that a soft answer turneth away what? Wrath. So I may be angry with you. You might have done something that will require that I express some anger towards you. But maturity and the love of God with the help of the Holy Spirit would make you allow self-control and patience to reign in that given circumstance. So even if naturally you have to express anger, you would end up expressing what? Love in the given situation. Now, it's not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of maturity. So let's say I'm not happy you've done something, but how am I going to approach the issue? And I keep saying this, the essence of correction is so that people don't repeat their mistakes. And I have a big brother who is a pastor, Pastor Sami. He keeps saying this, that the truth is like a hammer. If you apply it wrongly, you will hurt people. So the essence at the end of the day for which the correction is being given will be lost. Because if I want to tell you what you did is wrong, but I don't know how to communicate it. And you see, even in dealing with a hurt, you must know when and where and how to go about dealing with the hurt. There is not everything that happens instantly that you talk about instantly. You are a husband, your wife may be in kind of intrudes in a conversation you're having, and all of a sudden corrects you because she thinks you said something in the course of your relating an issue to your friend, and so she just intrudes and goes like, no, that's not what you said. This is what actually happened. Yeah. Now that is very offensive. It's rude, it's impolite. It happens. Yeah. Now as a man, how would you manage such a situation? Would you flare up? Would you say, oh, my wife doesn't respect, you don't do this, I've told you that he knows that you don't do this to me. No, you can't do that there. You continue with the conversation, even though it may not be something you want to bear with, but you have to bear with it. It's called maturity. You allow the period to pass by. Maybe you get home after you've settled and you are all in good spirits. You sit and you talk about it as matured people. So when, how is important, and where.
You must be careful of your timing.
Yeah. You see, when people are angry, that's not the time to advise them. When people are angry, that's not the time to correct them, because that moment their emotions are above their ability, their rationality. When I'm not reasoning right, how can you reason with me? When my emotions get the better part of me, how can you reason with me? I might rather make you angry than more. So people must know when to correct. You don't just correct people because you feel they've done something immediately they hurt you. So it's all part of communication. And you see, if communication is a challenge, it will greatly affect your conflict resolution. Because every relationship or marriage must get this. You must understand what it means to resolve conflicts, because they will come. We don't think alike.
You have two different backgrounds.
Yes. So no matter what you do, I may say something in a certain way which might sound insensitive to me and I may be very normal, but because of your background and your makeup, it might be very sensitive and it might be offensive to you. You get it? Yeah.
So we should expect that there could be challenges, there could be conflict, or some form of misunderstanding.
Definitely.
In the relationship.
Definitely.
And that shouldn't be what should push us out of the marriage or the relationship.